Hello, my name is Natasha Allen. I am 51 years of age. I was born in San Francisco, California, raised in Oakland. I am a foster child. Um, my mother was an addict and grandmother, and I was taken care of through foster care from, I think, 13 months until I got grown, or teenage when I left. I have a twin sister. Her name is Nia. And I have two brothers, Michael and Eric. My brothers were put in one foster home, and me and my sister were raised in another. We introduced ourselves later on in life. I was 8 years old at my mom's funeral. My mom passed away when I was 8 years old. And my childhood was safe. I went to the best schools. Church. I'm familiar with God. I always knew that I was a foster child. So I can say that today, being grown and having children. I was safe, but I didn't have that mother's love, per se. My foster mother loves me, but again, I always knew I was her foster child. I am the mother of 6 children, 6 boys. I raised my boys. It wasn't easy, but I did it by the grace of God. Life took me through my adolescence with teenage pregnancy. My first son, I was 15 when I got pregnant. I was 16 when I had him. My second child, I was 19. My third child, I was 23. And so on and so on. In my 20s, well, let me go back. When I was 17 years old, my kids, I was put into a girls' home to have my first child. And I was there for a few years until I left. My second child, same dad. High school sweetheart. We grew up together. Caught a drug charge, and we were together. So when they came to the house to get him, they got everybody. They took my kids, and my kids were placed in foster care. My son at the time, my son and my 2 sons at the time were 2 and 4. a few months old and 4. No, a few months old and 2. They had cocaine in their system from, um, I guess, atmosphere and touch. It was it was in their system. I wasn't on drugs. The dad wasn't on drugs, but he sold them, and they were around it. My kids went into foster care for 2 years. I had to do what I had to do to get them out, and that included leaving their dad. He did not comply. So I had to do it by myself, and I did. You know, I got him back, and I had another baby. I met another guy, he was an older guy, um, and that's when I had my third child. And he was nice, and he worked. He was a hard worker. Um, and we lived together, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. Then I met my next kid's dad. He was a military guy, and we were not in a relationship. It was something that happened. He went on a boat to Japan, and I went up my way. In the process of that, I met my last 2 kids' dad, and my baby was 3 or 4 months, 4 months. And I stayed with that man for 20 years. Those 20 years were probably the hardest years of my entire life. I experienced alcoholism. I experienced addiction, drug addiction. Um, I experienced homelessness. I experienced mental illness. Um, it was an experience. That part of my life, thank God it's over. In the process, my children, me and that guy had 2 children. We took care of those 2 children along with my other children as best as we could, being addicts. I've always loved my children. I didn't always make the best decisions, and today I have grandchildren and grown young men, and I'm proud of them. They're hardworking. They're smart. My children, for a long time, were my strength because I had nothing else to hold on to. And I thank God that they were there for me, and I was there with them because I wasn't there for them like I should have been. But I was there with them, and I was there for them as best, I guess, as I could. I had a period of time where my children went into foster care for like 90 days, and I got it together, and I got them back in 90 days, and I relapsed. And they never went back to foster care, but they had to deal with their mama. I kind of sheltered my children. I kept them at home. I did not let them go to friends' house. I didn't let them go to visit. I didn't want some of the things that happened to me as a child to happen to them. I watched each one of my boys go to school and graduate and go to college and grow up. I see in their eyes resentment, disappointment. I also see love because their mom is put something together way better, you know. But I guess if you don't forget, sometimes you can't forgive. If some people can't forgive, I've asked for forgiveness from God, myself, and them. And I just try to go and be at peace with myself each day. I'm married. Um, I met a man. I was working and I met a man, and we're married. I love him. He loves me. Hasn't been the best relationship at first. We've been married for 6 years. First 2 years were hell. um, I think I rushed, me personally, getting to know or love myself, accept myself, and another relationship. Not to mention hurt from the previous relationship. But as of today, I can smile and thank God. I love my husband. I love my children. I love my grandchildren. I spend a lot of time with my grandchildren. I try to help out with my children with everyday problems. Um, I went back to school. I had went back and dropped out and went back, and something came up, and finally I got my high school diploma. I have a relationship with my children. Uh, with the exception of a couple, kind of off and on, iffy. Like I said, forgiveness is not for everyone. Um, when you hurting, you know, or don't understand, or what you expect from your mom or your dad, or your peer, your person who you look up to or should have looked up to. That's it, I guess.
What moments do you think changed the course of your life?
What moments? I'd like to think that my children, every moment I've ever had with them, has always put a thought in my mind, in my heart, we know right from wrong to do better. It doesn't always go that way, but I've always wanted to do better. I've always tried to do better. I've always asked God to help me. Um, I guess that would be my course, my way, different times to change things. And you want to do better. It's a look that your child gives you. It's a look that my children gave me that went to my soul, and I wanted to never see that look. I wanted to see another look, a better look, a happier, loving look. When they look at their mom, I wanted them to be proud of me. Um, Never did good with friends. I know a lot of people, schoolmates, people in the community, whatever, but my kids have always been my strongest will to do better. And today, I love myself. I accept myself. I cannot change the past, but I can definitely stay on track with the future. Um, that's my change, to do better, to do different, to be happy, to serve God, to be a better mother, to be a awesome grandmother, to be the best wife that I could be.
What do you miss most about your past?
What do I miss most about my past? Um, hmm. I think I'm looking better towards my future. My past was rocky, shaky, confusing. It was hectic, strenuous, and it's not that today. It's not that right now. You know, I continue to look for the better in situations. I continue to better myself, have a better relationship with my children, you know, and I thank God for today.
Do you have any fears about your past that still linger?
I don't have any fears about my past. Nothing lingers. I don't look down on people. People that I still see out there on drugs and moving through the streets or whatever. The only thing that bothers me, and I try to stay hopeful, is that my children heal and know that I'm only human and that I'm doing the best that I can. Um, I'm me, and that's all I can be. I try to be there for all of them, but I have to be there for me too. I have a husband. I have bills and everyday issues just like everybody else. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. Um, that's about it.
How do you think your kids see you?
Ooh, how do I think my children see me? I can do this individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I can tell you what I hope. I hope that they're proud of their mom. I hope that I'm forgiving. I hope that they can see a better person and act on that. I hope they can let go and see that they're strong. I have some strong young men. I have some smart young men, loving, you know. I hope they see me as a survivor and not a, what do I want to say? Victim or problem, or I don't know. I hope that they're proud of me.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm proud of myself.
What are you most proud of?
I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I still have love. Um, I still have joy. I mean, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot before I had children. I've been through a lot before I knew who I was. I lost myself for a while, and I'm feeling like me again. I'm feeling human. I'm feeling alive and worthy to be here. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I take care of myself. I see about my doctor's appointments and rent and bills and uh-oh. I I'm proud of myself. Today, I'm proud of myself.
What do you want most out of this life?
Um I want to I want to live in his image.
Whose image is that?
My God. I want to move in his image. I want to love in his image. I want to be obedient. I want my kids to smile and say, "Well done, Mom." And when I leave here, I want him to say, "Well done, Natasha." I don't want to be looked at as a bad person or a statistic or a burden.
If you had to leave a message to your younger self, what would you say?
Boy, don't do it. um, I, if I could tell my younger self anything, I would tell my younger self to stay in school. Um, I would have said no to a lot of things: alcohol, drugs, underage sex. I would have more control in certain situations. Um, I would tell my younger self to listen and take your time. Because life will take you down through there. I know. You don't get to do it over again. You got one time, and that's it. And if you want to have anything, you have to abide by rules and regulations. You have to do things a certain way. You have to have morals. You have to have respect. And you have to pray and keep God in your life.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.